Sunday morning. With us today is Clayton, the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York. Well, traditionally has always been the most powerful U.S. Attorney's office in the country. And, well, Clayton has his hands full because New York is a challenging area right now. Well, Clayton, what the heck is going on in New York? We had I know you were on last week, but we had a real challenging week this week.
Well, John, good morning. Thank you for having me on. And there was a real challenge last week, but I want to commend the New York Police Department for rising to that challenge. I mean, we had protesters looking for conflict, and they were looking for much more than conflict. As we alleged in our federal indictment brought Monday morning, they had what we call IEDs, improvised explosive devices, looking to do harm to New Yorkers outside of Gracie Mansion. Thanks to the swift action of the police, and my goodness, John, I know it's been a few days, but seeing those officers run to the danger and tackle people who they had to know, had very dangerous weapons on them from what they could see, and tackle them, basically diffuse the threat was remarkable, and we were able to bring federal charges. And again, they're just charges, just allegations. Everybody in America is entitled to the presumption of innocence, but we were able to bring federal charges on Monday morning. I know you saw those videos, but gosh, we have the best police force in the world.
And the police force is doing a great job, and I hope Mayor Zoran Mondami, he's a smart person. I hope he is smart enough to overcome any issues that he may feel with his own people that have supported him in the past, and I think that's important.
Well, I don't think. And he does seem like a smart person, but I think all you need is common sense to understand that all the things that make New York great also make it a target, and that we need to be vigilant. The counterterrorism group at the NYPD, the counterterrorism group at the FBI, our Homeland Security people, they are working around the clock, and we should be supporting them. John, there's something that was in this, and I'm going to take a step back and just talk about it generally, and that is this radicalization of young people in America, and also, what I would say is the influx of people who would do us harm from the outside. The ability of our foreign adversaries to influence people here in America is just so underestimated, and we're seeing it. We're seeing it in dangerous situations, and I think our parents, our schools, our colleges, they need to recognize that this threat is real, and at least discuss it. These are the places where we count on our society to mold our children into productive adults. And if they're not saying, hey, you face the threat of being radicalized, they're not doing their job.
Me and you, we grew up in the days of, I'm older than you, of Ozzie and Harriet and Father Knows Best. And that's the way families are supposed to raise their children. And the world has changed a little bit 50 years later.
Well, when you and I grew up, we did. We were very fortunate, but we were also aware that there were people who would do us harm, and this moral relativism, John, where everybody's idea is a good idea. That's not true. There are people, and we have a hot war right now. There are people whose mission in life is to destroy America. You know what? Those are not people whose ideas should be respected.
Agreed. Now, tell us about, you're responsible for this entire area here in New York. What other issues? people are afraid that maybe there's sleeper cells, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, gut feeling.
Well, yeah. Let me talk fairly about that. We had a virtually open border for 4 years, where threats were really not adequately assessed as people crossed the border. As a result, the risk from that type of person, whether it's associated with the drug cartels, Tren de Aragua, MS-13, or some other group, the risk of malign actors in the United States is as high as it's ever been. And that's why I go back to the really exceptional work of the NYPD, the FBI, Homeland Security. John, just since the beginning of the year, we have arrested 3 people who were intending to carry out assassinations on American soil.
Are they related to any particular country, or are you allowed to say?
Well, what I will say is the people we identify regularly as people who would do harm to the United States, we should understand that they are active in these types of areas.
Understood.
And the American people can handle this truth. We should be vigilant. We should be on the lookout. We should see whether somebody is being radicalized. And if you think they are, pick up the phone and call the FBI. Pick up the phone and call the NYPD.
Is there a number? I mean, we want to call the NYPD, the police department. We call 911. Should we develop a number to call the FBI if it's, I guess, national? Yes, John.
The number 1-800-CALL-FBI. CALL FBI.
1-800-CALL-FBI. That is okay. We should publicize that number because it's. I'm sure there's things that want to be called in like that. What else do you want to tell on Sunday morning? You want to tell the American people?
Well, I want to be positive too. I want to be very positive in that. In New York, we are getting guns, criminals with guns, off the streets, and we are closing down the open-air drug markets, and I want to thank the people of New York for their support. My people, the FBI, the DEA, they greatly appreciate the support that New Yorkers have given us for cleaning up Washington Square Park and for cleaning up the Johnson housing projects and getting rid of these open-air drug markets. And we're going to continue to do that because we know we have the support of the people of New York.
Jay Clayton, United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, thank you again for everything you do for America. Thank you for working together with all the federal groups of the New York area to keep New Yorkers safe. And people have to appreciate all our the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the ATF, the drug enforcement operations, and whatever else, what other departments you work with downtown.
Thank you, John. And they appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you so much.